Welcome back to the channel. We are into a 17 miler, which will be capping off the 47 mile week. 2.4 miles in. Look out for the trees. I'll take you on this run and then we'll go over the whole week. A lot of great zone 2 work. I'm really excited about where I'm at. This is the first time I'm filming because I felt like it was going to be the quietest with the wind for your sake. It does seem to died down a little bit, so we'll keep going. Staying pretty chill. I might divert from my plan, from my route that I was going to do, because there's a soccer game I want to stop at, but it's up a big hill. College game. Wouldn't mind stopping to see a little bit. I think we're going to go gels. We're back on the go gels, baby. We're gonna gel at 4, 9, and 13. Very much looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm sure now that I've talked for a minute, my heart rate probably hit 160. So now I'm gonna run a little bit, film a little bit, calm it down, check back in a handful of miles. We got miles to do. Nothing to talk about yet. All right, stick around. 5.9, just over an hour. Alright, update. It's only been like 2 seconds since I just stopped, but I checked on my phone. The game is where I think it is. So we're adding in a giant climb, and we're gonna stop by a soccer game. Good times. Yeah, we're about 12 and a half in. I kind of just checked out. Hopefully this minivan moves over. I'm looking forward to a gel in a half a mile. But other than that, we're just kind of getting it done. Heart rate's been high. I feel like it's just been a long time in the sun. I mean, 2 hours and 20 minutes in the sun. As you can see, it's kind of cooking. It's not hot out. It's maybe 63, 64 degrees Fahrenheit maybe, but I don't know. A little checked out. Yeah, been a little hard to keep the heart rate down, so I've kind of just stopped looking, kept things slow. It feels easy to me. Just gotta get it done. Also can't stop thinking about food. I got the hunger, kids. So yeah, we'll wrap up. Under 5 to go. Feel fine. It's just kind of lame at this point. All part of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at my home in the apartment. We are going to go over the 17 miler and my 47 mile week. Now, this is the most miles I've done in over a year. I believe during the Buffalo build, the highest I got was a 46 mile week. The difference, I'm doing these miles almost entirely in zone 2. There's a couple, we'll go through it, but the threshold run or some sections of the 17 miler were done in a threshold type heart rate. I tried to control it. You saw the footage, but it was just a little bit hard. But still, the majority of that run, we'll get into it, was still in a nice aerobic place. So this is going to be kind of a video diary of my week of training, one of my biggest weeks in a long time. And, I think overall, the fact that I'm doing a lot of zone 2 work is making this more doable. I can add more mileage. I'm ready to get into the next week. So yeah, a lot of good takeaways. And before we get into anything else, shout out to the Chicago Marathon folks. I was, up early, watched the entire broadcast. It was so much fun. I got my dad to watch it. We got into it. It got me hyped. I really want to run Chicago now. Obviously, the women breaking a new women's world record, going sub 210. Incredible, a lot of incredible runs out there, an amazing day. I'm very excited to see, mainly the Floberg video. I know he went just over his 232 mark, but I know that his PR was 238. So dude, I'm sure there's so many positives. And I know that the videos he's been making lately, he's got a long-term vision. So I'm excited to see where that goes from there. But yeah, Chicago was amazing. Congrats to everyone who ran. Don, if you ever see this, I tracked you the whole time, man. I even got a little video of you finishing. I'm sure you've already seen it on Instagram stories, or you are taking a nap, which is also fair. That's it. Let's get into my 47 mile week, including a bit of an adventure on a 17 miler. But we can jump into Strava and I'll quickly go over each week and we'll jump into the 17 mile and go over each week. That makes sense. We'll go over each workout really quickly and then jump deeper into the 17 miler that you saw footage of just now. Okay, so we are right here looking at my training log. This is a good moment to say that if you haven't seen any of my other videos, this is one of the few things I love about the paid version of Strava, the training log version on desktop. It's a shame, honestly, that it's behind a paywall, but I get it. Things, I guess, can't be free. It's a really nice way to see your workouts. So yeah, looking at the week, October 7th through the 13th, Monday, another build week commences. This is my mindset of, no week right now is kind of a peak week. Nothing's almost special about it. And I really want each week to just simply be, let's go a bit further. Don't get hung up on things and continue to build. So I think I've been kind of underrating any sort of progress. And I think this kind of comes through in some of my titles. That was a long-winded say of another week begins. Well, we don't need that. So yeah, 5 miles on Monday, 5 miles on Tuesday, 9 miles on Wednesday, long morning, got up at about 4, felt like I couldn't make it honestly through 9 miles without a bowel movement. So gross disclaimer here, although it's not that gross. People poop. Sorry. So I got up at 4, but still was kind of like, I kind of feel like I need to go to the bathroom. So had a cup of coffee, chilled for a little bit, got that out of my system, and then got on with the 9 miler. So I guess that's something I think I've learned about myself and would recommend to anyone out there. Like when it comes to any run over like anything that seems a little bit long for you, I don't want to attach a number to it or anything, but like if you feel like you might need to go to the bathroom or you feel like you need to change your socks when you're first putting on your shoes, like if your gut is telling you to do that, just do it. I don't know. Like, I mean, timing wise, you might not be able to do it. So I get that, not like waiting to go to the bathroom to wait for that to happen, but socks, clothing, trust your gut. Even if you get a step outside the door and you're like, I kind of wish I had a hat on, just go get it. At least that's what I've learned about myself, is that my gut is generally pretty good at warning me for how to be a little bit more prepared for these things. And this 9 miler is a good example of that. So I was up way early, but ended up getting out there nice and easy, averaged 11:28 per mile. I think, yeah, a little chilly. Temperatures definitely started to come down. Amazed with how many storefronts have a neon light on saying open when they're clearly not open. I think these are just the random things you see when you're out on an early morning run. Like, 5 a.m., a bunch of stores with their neon lights still on. It's like, come on, guys, unplug those things overnight. That's definitely just a me thing. That is not, I know that's a bit of a take. Friday, 5 miles. Again, we go low and slow. You see what I did there? And yeah, let's kind of get to Saturday. I will say I was home. I was, spending some time with my dad while my mom was out of town. And he normally goes to the gym on Saturday mornings. And normally, if I'm doing a long run, I really like to do it, first thing in the morning. I get up early, I knock it out. I want to be done with it like before, 11 o'clock. I want to be done with it before the rest of the world's kind of getting into things so I can still kind of have a day. It's not always going to be like that. This is a really good example of just kind of a rolling with the punches on things. So yeah, we, got up, I went to the gym with him. He did kind of weightlifting routine that he normally does. And I kind of I hit the stationary bike for about 5 minutes, and then I stretched for about 30 minutes or so. Anything that felt good, just sat in it. It was a good opportunity to not rush through a stretching session. I rolled really good. I did 2 rounds of my regular core workout. Once again, I'll take this moment to say I jumped over weightlifting on Tuesday. So I went a little bit heavier on Tuesday, and now jumping forward again to Saturday morning, I definitely went a bit lighter. So yeah, did basically a bunch of stretching, and then I did get into the weightlifting, but basically just did like a pump or 2 at chest, shoulders, back. Did not pump any legs. I knew that I'd be doing that in a couple hours. So I held off there. We finished up at the gym, grabbed some bagels on the way home, chowed down on some bagels, and I did eventually get out the door for the 17 miler. But yeah, right here, like I started this workout at 12:17. I know looking back, I kind of regret trying to not figure out a better time to do this, but I don't really think there was. So got out there for 17, unfortunately in the middle of the day. And it ended up being quite the adventure. I'll open up that workout now. Historic relative effort. That's great to see. So yeah, this map, it took me all over town. And the splits, I took everything nice and easy. This was supposed to be kind of 3 laps of something that I had mapped out that was just over 5 miles, and then I was going to run around the park. I've done that, and I've told you about this workout in recent videos, so I won't go too much into that, but basically it's a route in my hometown that I've just done a bunch of times. But as you saw in the video, I did one of those kind of 5 to almost 6 mile loops, and then realized there was a soccer game I wanted to get up to and stop by. I thought I'd have a friend there, Cody. I'm sad you weren't there, but I got to talk to your parents anyway. So yeah, and it added like some really nice climbing. Let's see if I can actually find. Yeah. I remember looking down and seeing 7.8. So this was actually, let's just scroll down to, let's show this bad boy. So taking a look at, some of this grade, I don't know, it's consistent, like 7, 8, some 9 in there. Definitely a really good climb. This is a notorious climb in my hometown. You kind of steadily climb for it looks like about a mile. And then it really kind of jumps up for about half a mile or so. So it's about 1.5 miles of climbing that just kind of continually ramps up. And then it peaks out at the college campus. So I did stop. I stopped for honestly probably over 10 minutes. So this is pretty unusual for me in a long run. I never stop. Like, why would you? I guess like doesn't really make sense. It's unusual for me. But yeah, I sat down for a little bit. I chatted with Cody's parents and, said hi to some dogs, watched a little bit of soccer, Go State, and then kind of got on my way. And I will say that sitting down for a couple of minutes really was kind of hard for me physically getting back going again. It was almost like my body was like, okay, you're done. And then I was like, just kidding, we're like halfway. So I will definitely be avoiding stops like that in the future. It was just kind of a special occasion to, check in with some people. So yeah, we kept on rolling. I'd say like beyond that point, another thing I just wanted to mention was heart rate for me got a little bit out of zone 2, and I was definitely kind of struggling to get it back down. I spent a lot of time around 160. A little bit. Yeah. I'd say like once we hit kind of mile 13 or so, it was kind of hard for me. I stayed in the low to mid 160s and was really trying to stay away from 170 whenever I did look down. I think at moments I was stressing myself out. And so I stopped looking at the heart rate and just kind of basically picked a pace that I thought would be better for, that would be a better representation of what my easy effort should be after a longer run. So that's like, we take a look at the splits. You can see around mile 10, 10:30, 11, 10:35, and then 12, 13, 14, those low to mid like 11-minute pace. That was for me, I think the easiest way to ease off, make sure my heart rate was staying within at least a high aerobic, low threshold area, but without adding the stress of keeping an eye on it the whole time. That's something I've talked about before. So this run was definitely more, 60 to 70% aerobic, 20 to 30% kind of in that threshold area. So, but hey, it's a really long run. We were going for over 3 hours, and that is, we were in the sun cooking. If it was any other type of training block, I would say this was just a really good effort. It was hard. But I'd be lying if I said, I wasn't a little bit disappointed with being able to keep my heart rate down. But I think I took decent precautions. We still got the run in, and I'm feeling good. I will say last night I went to bed with quite the headache. I think that was just from a little bit of dehydration. And it's a high out. So I would say time in the sun, getting cooked a little bit, mixed with a little bit of dehydration. But I was kind of pounding water, pounded carbs and protein last night. Basically just ate a ton, woke up this morning, continued to pound water and electrolytes while watching the Chicago Marathon. And right now I'm feeling like, I'm going to go out to dinner pretty soon, and I'm going to get some good sleep, and then we're going to attack Monday and the next week as we roll into hopefully a 50-mile week on top of this 47. So I can actually bounce back out of this specific workout if it is loading. I'll pick up my weeks again. And yeah, so this is probably a good time to just go over, where I'm at with things and just continue adding. That is the theme here. I've been preaching to myself patience, and to just get the mileage, build the mileage. That's definitely paramount for me, is low effort, and try to continue to build the mileage without getting hurt in any capacity. I want to stay fit, healthy, lifting weights and adding mileage. And for me, I just think the speed is going to come. I will work it in. I don't think it's just going to happen one day. But I want to continue this build. We've built up really nice over about 4 weeks building, 1 week down, and then this last week back for 47. I'm going to add 3 miles to my plan for this coming week. And we're going to hit 50. I hope. I haven't done this type of mileage since, late spring. And even then I only got a couple 40-mile weeks. So for me to feel good in a high 40 headed into 50 it's a bit new for me. I haven't been here since like mid 2020. So I'm cautious. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm not going to get too, over optimistic. And we're just going to keep chugging away at these weeks, building mileage, building endurance, building, getting my body used to kind of the pounding of the miles, And then once we hit kind of 60, at least once or twice, then I'm looking to throw in little bits of strides and, quarter mile, half mile, maybe repeats to really get the leg turnover a little bit quicker. And, hopefully from there, we're kind of moving into that next area of being able to run a bit of a quicker marathon. That's the goal here. I'm really trying to get away from that 4-hour marathon and closing closer on that 3-hour marathon. And for me, I have always not been able to build up the miles. So that's what we're doing. And then we're going to get some speed in there. So yeah, that's where we're at, ending, early October. We're going to continue this trend for at least another 7 weeks or so. And then I think I'm going to test things out with my own marathon here. More information on that to come. The only other thing I guess I would say is I did gel with Go Gels again. You saw it. I am very much loving them. I do really want to try the mango, and I want to get my hands on the caffeinated mixed berry. I feel like the mixing of mixed berry, caffeinated mixed berry, and mango could be perfect. It sounds amazing. I just don't want the apple cinnamon. That's the only one that I definitely don't want. So again, a ramble, a video diary of sorts. I appreciate anyone who is new to the channel or watching these videos. Let me know what you're training for. Let me know, how excited you were to watch maybe Chicago. We've got New York coming up. So if you're training for that, good luck. Finish off strong, enjoy your tapers, and I will definitely be sitting down and enjoying New York just as I did Chicago. As a huge fan of the sport, as someone who's going to get tons of inspiration out of it, and hopefully I can be at one of those down the road. Chicago. I want to do Chicago in 2025. But stay safe, enjoy yourselves out there. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next video, which will be something about how we are knocking out a 50-mile week. So yeah, let's get it. Whew.